Chapter 1. F. Swift thought break it not, a swifter mean. Shall outstrike thought, but thought will do't, I feel. Chapter 1. Fight against thee. No, I will go seek some ditch wherein to die, the foulsty best fits. Chapter 1000. Why latter part of life? Enter. Alarum, drums and trumpets. Enter Agrippa. Agripp, retire, we hawing gagged ourselves too far. Chapter 100. Esar himself ha's work and our oppression exceeds what we expected. Enter. Alarums, enter Antony and Scarus wounded. Scar, O my braw emperor, this is fought indeed. Had we done so at first, we had drowned them home, with clouts about their heads. Far off. Ant, thou bleedst apace. Scar, I had a wound here that was like a T, but now 'tis made an H. Ant, they do retire. Scar, we'll beat 'em into bench holes, I haw yet. Room for 6 scotches more. Enter Eros. Eros, they are beaten, sir, and our advantage Serus. For a fair victory. Scar, let V's score their backs. And snatch 'em VP, as we take hares behind. T's sport to maul a runner. Ant, I will reward thee once for thy sprightly comfort, and tenfold for thy good valor, come thee on. Scar, I'll halt after. Exeunt. Alarum, enter Antony Agin in a march, Scarus with others. Ant, we ha beat him to his camp, run one. Before, and let the queen know of our guests, tomorrow. Before the sun shall cease, we'll spill the blood. That ha's today escaped, I thank you all. For doughty-handed are you, and ha fought. Not as you sarrowed the cause, but as 'tid been. Each man's like mine, you ha shewn all Hectors. Enter the city, clip your weus, your friends. Tell them your feats, whilst they with eye full tears wash the congealment from your wounds, and kiss the honored gashes whole. Enter Cleopatra. Give me thy hand. To this great fairy, I'll commend thy acts. Chapter 1000. Acre thanks bless thee, O thou day oath world. Chapter 100. Hain mine armed neck, leap thou, attire and all. Through proof of harness to my heart, and there ride on the pants triumphing. Chapter 150. Io, Lord of Lords. O infinite virtue, com'st thou smiling from the world's great snare being caught. Ant, my nightingale, we ha beat them to their beds. What Geel though grey? Chapter 500. O something mingle with our younger brown, yet ha we a brain that nourishes our narrows, and can get goal for goal of youth. Behold this man. Chapter 100. Almond vnto his lips thy four-ring hand. Kiss it, my warrior, he hath fought today, as if a god in hate of mankind had. Chapter 500. Estroid in such a shape. Chapter 150. Io, I'll gi you thee friend. An armor all of gold, it was a king's. Ant, he has deserved it were it carbuncled. Chapter 51. Key holy Phoebus Car, gi you me thy hand. Through Alexandria make a Iali march. Bear our hacked targets, like the men that owe them. Had our great palace the capacity to camp this host, we all would sup together, and drink caroses to the next day's fate, which promises royal peril, trumpeters, with brazen din blast you the city's ear. Chapter 1000. Ake mingle with our rattling tabourines, that Hoen and earth may strike their sounds together, applauding our approach. Exeunt. Enter a century, and his company Enobarbus follows. Chapter 100. Ent, if we be not relieved within this hour, we must return Toth, court of guard, the night. Chapter 1. S shiny, and they say we shall embattle. Byth second houreth morn. One watch, this last day was a shrewd one twos. Enob, O bear me witness night. 2. What man is this? One stand close and list him. Enob, Be witness to me, O thou blessed moon. When men ruled shall Vipon record. Bear hateful memory, poor Enobarbus did. Before thy face repent. Chapter 100, Ent, Enobarbus. 2 Peace, hark further. Enob, O sour rainy mistress of true melancholy. The poisonous damp of night dispunge, Vipon me. That life, a very rebel to my will. Chapter 1000, I hang no longer on me, throw my heart against the flint and hardness of my fault, which being dried with grief, will break to powder, and finish all foul thoughts, O Antony. Nobler than my ruled is infamous. Forge you me in thine own particular, but let the world rank me in register, a master lower and a fugitive. O Antony, O Antony. One, let's speak to him. Chapter 100, Ent, let's hear him for the things he speaks. Chapter 1000, I concern Caesar. 2, let's do so, but he sleeps. Chapter 100, Ent, swoons rather for so bad a prayer as his. Was newer yet for sleep. 1, go we to H awake, sir, awake, speak to V's. 1, hear you, sir, sent, the hand of death hath wrought him. Chapter 500, rums afar off. Hark the drums, demurely wake the sleepers. Chapter 50, at V's bear him toth court of guard, he is of note. Our hour is fully out. 2, come on then, he may recower yet. Exeunt. Enter Antony and Scarus, with their army. Ant, their preparation is today by sea. We please them not by land. Scar, for both my lord. Ant, I would they'ld fight ath fire or ath air. We'ld fight there too, but this it is our foot. Chapter 5, pon the hills adjoining to the city. Shall stay with versus order for sea is genuine. They ha put forth the hoen, where their appointment we may best discover, and look on their endure. Exeunt. Enter Caesar and his army. Chapter 100, eyes but being charged, we will be still by land, which as I tact we shall, for his best force. Chapter 1, S forth to man his galleys, to the vales, and hold our best advantage. Exeunt. Alarum afar off, as at a sea fight, enter Antony and Scarus. Ant, yet they are not eined. Where yond pine does stand, I shall discover all. Chapter 49, bring thee words straight, how teas like to go. Enter. Scar, swallows ha built. Chapter 1, Cleopatra's sails their nests, the auguries. Say they know not, they cannot tell, look grimly, and dare not speak their knowledge, Antony. Chapter 1, S valiant and deacted and by starts. His fretted fortunes due him hope and fear, of what he has and has not. Enter Antony. Ant, all is lost. This foul Egyptian hath betrayed me. Chapter 1000, why fleet hath yielded to the foe, and yonder they cast their caps VP, and carows together. Chapter 51, key friends long lost, triple turned whore, tease thou hast sold me to this newess, and my heart. Chapter 1000, aches onely wars on thee, bid them all fly, for when I am ruined vipon my charm. Chapter 1, hot and all, bid them all fly, be gone. O son, thy V-prize shall I see no more. Fortune and Antony part here, you and here. Chapter 500, oh we shake hands, all come to this, the hearts that panelled me at heels, to whom I gaw. Their wishes, do discandy melt their sweets. On blossoming Caesar, and this pine is barked. That hour topped them all, betrayed I am. Oh this false soul of Egypt, this gra charm, whose eye becked forth my wars, and called them home, whose bosom was my crownet, my chief end. Chapter 51, a right gypsy hath it fast and loose, beguiled me to the very heart of loss. What eros, eros? Enter Cleopatra. Ah, thou spell, aunt. Chapter 150, Io, Why is my lord enragged against his low? Ant, vanish, or I shall jew thee thy deserving. And blemish Caesar's triumph, let him take thee, and hoist thee VP to the shouting plebeians. Follow his chariot, like the greatest spot. Of all thy sex, most monster-like be shewn. For porsti diminutius, for dolts, and let patient Octoia plough thy visage VP. With her prepared nails. Exit Cleopatra. T's well th art gone. Chapter 1, If it be well to Liu, but better tweer. Thou fell'st into my fury, for one death. Chapter 1001, Ght ha pruentade many, eros hoa. The shirt of Nessus is vpon me, teach me. Alcides, thou mine ancestor, thy rage. Chapter 50, Et me lodge licas on the horns oath moon. And with those hands that grasp the hoiest club, subdue my worthiest self, the which shall die. To the young Roman boy she hath sold me, and I fall. Chapter 5, Ender this plot she dies fort, eros hoa. Enter Cleopatra, Charmian, Eras, Mardian. Chapter 150, Io, help me my women, oh he's more mad. Then Telamon for his shield, the boar of Thessaly, was newer so embossed. Chapter 100, Har, toth monument there lock yourself, and send him word you are dead. The soul and body renew not more in parting. Then greatness going off. Chapter 150, Io, toth monument. Chapter 1000, Ardian, go tell him I ha slain myself. Say that the last I spoke was Antony. And word it prithee piteously, hence Mardian. And bring me how he takes my death toth, monument. Exeunt. Enter Antony and Eros. Ant, Eros, thou yet behold'st me. Eros, I noble lord. Ant, sometime we see a cloud that's dragonish. A vapor sometime, like a bear or lion. A toward citadel, a pendant rock. A forked mountain, or blue promontory. With trees vpont, that nod vnto the world. And mock our eyes with air. Thou hast seen these signs. They are blacky vespers pageants. Eros, I my lord. Ant, that which is now a horse, ewen with a thought the racky deslimes, and makes it indistinct as water is in water. Eros, it does my lord. Ant, my good na Eros, now thy captain is. Ewen such a body, here I am Antony. Yet cannot hold this visible shape, my na. Chapter 1, Made these wars for Egypt and the queen, whose heart I thought I had, for she had mine, which whilst it was mine, had annexed vn toot. A million moe, now lost, she Eros has. Packed cards with Caesars, and false plaid my glory. Chapter 5, Antio an enemy's triumph. Nay, weep not, gentle Eros, there is left V's. Arcellus to end Arcellus. Enter Mardian. O thy Vilda lady, she has robbed me of my sword. Chapter 1000, R. No Antony, my mistress lewd thee, and her fortunes mingled with thine entirely. Ant, hence saucy eunuch peace, she hath betrayed me, and shall die the death. Chapter 1000, R. Death of one person can be paid but once, and that she has discharged, what thou wouldst he do. Chapter 1, S. done vientio thy hand, the last she spake. Was Antony, most noble Antony. Then in the midst a tearing groan did break. The name of Antony, it was de-whited. Between her heart and lips, she tendered life. Thy name so buried in her. Ant, dead then. Chapter 1000, R. Dead. Ant, Venarm Eros, the long day's task is done. And we must sleep, that thou depart'st hence safe. Chapter 500, O's pay thy labor richly, go. Exit Mardian. Off pluck off. The sewenfold shield of Ajax cannot keep the battery from my heart, O clo my sides. Heart, once be stronger than thy continent. Chapter 100, Racky thy frail case, Apace, Eros, apace. No more a soldier, bruised pieces go. You ha been nobly born, from me a while. Exit Eros. Chapter 1. Will a retake the Cleopatra and weep for my pardon, so it must be for now. All length is torture, since the torch is out. Chapter 50. Ye down and stray no farther, now all labor. Chapter 1000. Ours what it does, yea, very force entangles. Chapter 1. T self with strength, seal then and all is done. Eros, I come my queen, Eros, stay for me. Where souls do couch on flowers, we'll hand in hand. And with our sprightly port make the ghosts gaze. Chapter 999. Oh, and her Aeneas shall want troops. And all the haunt be ours. Come Eros, Eros. Enter Eros. Eros, what would my lord? Aunt, since Cleopatra died. Chapter 1. Ha lewd in such dishonor that the gods. Chapter 500. Eatest my baseness, I that with my sword quartered the world, and a green Neptune's backy. With ships made cities, condemn me myself to lackey. The courage of a woman, less noble mind than she which by her death our Caesar tells. Chapter 1. Am conqueror of myself, thou art sworn Eros. That when the exigent should come, which now. Chapter 1. Come indeed, when I should see behind me. Ineutable prosecution of disgrace and horror. That on my command, thou then wouldst kill me. Chapter 500. Oot, the time is come, thou strickst not me. Caesar, thou defeat'st, put colour in thy cheek. Eros, the gods withhold me. Shall I do that which all the Parthian darts? Though enemy, lost I'm and could not. Aunt, Eros. Wouldst thou be windowed in great Rome, and see thy master thus with pleeked arms, bending down, his cordial neck, his face subdued, to penetrate you shame, whilst the wheeled seat of fortunate Caesar drawn before him, branded his baseness that ensued. Eros, I would not seat. Aunt, come then, for with a wound I must be curd. Chapter 500. Raw that thy honest sword, which thou hast worn. Chapter 1000. Ost veasful for thy country. Eros, O sir, pardon me. Aunt, when I did make thee free, swerst why not then? To do this when I bade thee, do it at once. Or thy precedent services are all. But accidents vn purposed, draw and come. Eros, turn from me then that noble countenance, wherein the worship of the whole world lies. Aunt, lo thee. Eros, my sword is drawn. Aunt, then let it do at once the thing why thou hast drawn it. Eros, my dear master. Chapter 1000. Why, captain and my emperor, let me say, before I strike this bloody stroke, farewell. Aunt, said man, and farewell. Eros, farewell, great chief, shall I strike now? Aunt, now Eros kills himself. Eros, why there then? Thus I do escape the sorrow of Antony's death. Aunt, thrice nobler than myself. Thou teachest me, O valiant Eros, what? Chapter 1. Should and thou couldst not, my queen and Eros. Ha by their braw instruction, got vpon me. A nobleness in record, but I will be a bridegroom in my death, and run in toot. As to a lower's bed, come then and Eros. Thy master dies thy scholar, to do thus. Chapter 1. Learn of thee, how not dead, not dead. The guard, how, O dispatch me. Enter a guard, what's the noise? Aunt, I ha done my work ill friends. O make an end of what I ha begun. 2. The star is foully. 1. And time is at his period. All, alas and woe. Aunt, let him that louse me, strike me not nor anyone. Exeunt. Chapter 500. Ecretus, thy death and fortunes bid thy followers fly. This sword but shewn to Caesar with this tidings shall enter me with him. Enter Diomes. Chapter 501. Oh, where's Antony? Chapter 500. Ecker, there diomd there. Chapter 501. Lius he, wilt thou not answer man? Ant, art thou there diomd? Chapter 500. Raw thy sword and giu me. Sufficing strokes for death. Chapter 501. Most absolute Lord. Chapter 1000. Why Mistress Cleopatra sent me to thee. Ant, when did she send thee? Chapter 501. Now my lord. Anth, where is she? Chapter 501. Locked in her monument, she had a prophesying fear. Of what hath come to pass, for when she saw, which newer shall be found, you did suspect. She had disposed with Caesar, and that your ray would not be purged, she sent you word she was dead. But fearing since how it might work, hath sent. Chapter 1000. To proclaim the truth, and I am come. Chapter 1. Dread, too late. Ant, too late, good diomd, call my guard, I prithee. Chapter 501. O what hoa, the emperor's guard. The guard, what hoa, come your lord calls. Enter 4 or 5 of the guard of Antony. Ant, bear me good friends where Cleopatra bides. 'Tis the last Cerois that I shall command you. One woe are we, sir, you may not leave you to wear. All your true followers out. All, most holy day. Ant, nay good my fellows, do not please sharp fate. To grace it with your sorrows, bid that welcome, which comes to punish V's, and we punish it. Seeming to bear it lightly, take me VP. Chapter 1. Hauled you oft, carry me now good friends. And ha my thanks for all. Exit bearing Antony. Enter Cleopatra, and her maids aloft, with Charmian and Eras. Chapter 150. O Charmian, I will newer go from hence. Chapter 100. Be comforted, dear madam. Chapter 150. No, I will not. All strange and terrible euents are welcome. But comforts we despise, our sighs of sorrow, proportion to our cause, must be as great as that which makes it. Enter diomd. How now, is he dead? Chapter 501. His death's vpon him, but not dead. Chapter 50. Ook out oth other side your monument. His guard ha brought him thither. Enter Antony, and the guard. Chapter 150. O sun. Burn the great sphere thou moust in, darkling stand. The varying shore oth world. O Antony, Antony, Antony. Help Charmian, help Eras, help friends. Below, let's draw him hither. Ant, peace. Not Caesar's valor hath overthrown Antony, but Antony's hath triumphed on itself. Chapter 150. So it should be. That none but Antony should conquer Antony. But woe tease so. Ant, I am dying, Egypt's dying, onely. Chapter 1. Here importune death a while until. Of many thousand kisses, the poor last. Chapter 1. Lay upon thy lips. Chapter 150. I dare not, dear. Chapter 500. Ere my lord pardon, I dare not. Chapter 50. East I be taken, nor th imperious show. Of the full fortune Caesar, ewer shall be broached with me, if knife, drug is, serpent's haw. Edge, sting, or operation, I am safe. Your wife Octoia, with her modest eyes, and still conclusion, shall acquire no honor. Chapter 500. Immuring vpon me, but come Antony. Help me my women, we must draw thee VP. Assist good friends. Ant, O quick or I am gone. Chapter 150. Here's sport indeed. How hoey weighs my lord. Our strength is all gone into holiness. That makes the weight, had I great Euno's power. The strong-winged Mercury should fetch thee VP. And set thee by Io's side, yet come a little. Wishers were you are fools, oh come. They hoe Antony aloft to Cleopatra. And welcome, welcome, die when thou hast liewed. Quicken with kissing, had my lips that power, thus would I wear them out. All, a hoey sight. Aunt, I am dying, Egypt's dying. Giu me some wine, and let me speak a little. Chapter 150. Eo, no, let me speak, and let me rail so high, that the false huswife fortune break her wheel, provoked by my offense. Aunt, one word, sweet queen. Of Caesar seek your honor with your safety. Oh. Chapter 150. Eo, they do not go together. Aunt, gentle, hear me. None about Caesar trust, but Proculaeus. Chapter 150. Eo, my resolution and my hands I'll trust. None about Caesar. Aunt, the miserable change now at my end. Chapter 50. Aim at nor sorrow at, but please your thoughts. Chapter 1. And feeding them with those my former fortunes, wherein I leewed, the greatest prince oath world, the noblest, and do now not basely die. Not cowardly put off my helmet too. Chapter 1000. Why countryman, a Roman by a Roman. Chapter 5. Alliantly vanquished, now my spirit is going. Chapter 1. Can no more. Chapter 150. Eo, noblest of men, woot die. Hast thou no care of me, shall I abide? Chapter 1. End this dull world, which in thy absence is no better than a sty, O see my women. The crown oath earth doth melt, my lord. O withered is the garland of the war. The soldier's pole is foulny, young boys and geels are loyal now with men, the odds is gone, and there is nothing left remarkable beneath the visiting moon. Chapter 100. Har, O quietness, lady. Chapter 1. Roz, she's dead too, our sour rainy. Chapter 100. Har, lady. Chapter 1. Roz, madam. Chapter 100. Har, O madam, madam, madam. Chapter 1. Roz, royal Egypt, empress. Chapter 100. Har, peace, peace, eras. Chapter 150. Eo, no more but in a woman and commanded by such poor passion as the maid that milks and does the meanest chars, it were for me to throw my scepter at the inurious gods, to tell them that this world did equal theirs, till they had stalny ruel, alls but not. Patience is sordish, and impatience does become a dog that's mad, then is it sin to rush into the secret house of death. Ere death dare come to versus, how do you women? What good cheer, why how now Charmian? Chapter 1000. Why noble Giles? Ah, women, women, look. Our lamp is spent, it's out. Good sirs, take heart. We'll bury him, and then what's bra, what's noble? Chapter 50. Et's do't after the high Roman fashion, and make death proud to take V's come away. This case of that huge spirit now is cold. Ah, women, women, come, we ha no friend but resolution, and the briefest end. Exeunt, bearing of Antony's body. Enter Caesar, Agrippa, Dolabella Minas, with his counsel of war. Chapter 100. Isar, go to him, Dolabella, bid him yield. Being so frustrate, tell him. He mocks the pauses that he makes. Chapter 500. All, Caesar I shall. Enter Decretas with the sword of Antony. Chapter 100. Eyes, wherefore is that, and what art thou that darst appear thus to verses? Chapter 500. Ec, I am called Decretas. Chapter 1000. Arch Antony I serrowed, who best was worthy best to be serrowed, whilst he stood VP and spoke. He was my master, and I wore my life to spend vpon his haters, if thou please, to take me to thee, as I was to him. Chapter 49. E be to Caesar, if why pleasest not, I yield thee VP my life. Chapter 100. Isar, what is't thou say'st? Chapter 500. Ec, I say, O Caesar, Antony is dead. Chapter 100. Isar, the breaking of so great a thing should make A greater cracky, the round world. Should ha shook Leon into Sewell streets, and citizens to their dens, the death of Antony. Chapter 1. S not a single doom in the name lay. A moiety of the world. Chapter 500. He is dead Caesar. Not by a public minister of Eustis, nor by a herd knife, but that self-hand, which rid his honor in the acts it did, hath with the courage which the heart did lend it, splitted the heart, this is his sword. Chapter 1. Robbed his wound of it, behold it stained with his most noble blood. Chapter 100. Eyes look you sad friends. The gods rebuke me, but it is tidings to wash the eyes of kings. Chapter 500. All, and strange it is, that nature must compel verses to lament our most persisted deeds. Chapter 1000. His taints and honors wagged equal with him. Chapter 500. Ola, a rarer spirit newer. Chapter 999. Steer humanity, but you gods will you versus. Some faults to make versus men, Caesar is touched. Chapter 1000. When such a spacious mirror's set before him, he needs must see himself. Chapter 100. Esar, O Antony. Chapter 1. Ha followed thee to this, but we do launch. Chapter 501. Seizes in our bodies, I must perforce. Ha shewn to thee such a declining day. Or look on thine, we could not stall together. Chapter 1. End the whole world, but yet let me lament, with tears as sour rainy as the blood of hearts, that thou, my brother, my competitor. Chapter 1. End top of all Dezeen, my mate in empire, friend and companion in the front of war, the arm of mine own body, and the heart, where mine his thoughts did kindle, that are stars. Chapter 5. Irreconcilable should deunite our equalness to this. Hear me, good friends, but I will tell you at some meeter season. The business of this man looks out of him. We'll hear him what he says. Enter an Egyptian. Whence are you? Egypt, a poor Egyptian, yet the queen my mistress. Chapter 100. Enfant in all she has her monument. Of thy intents, desires instruction, that she preparedly may frame herself. Toth way she's forked too. Chapter 100. Esar, bid her ha good heart. She soon shall know of these, by some of ours. How honorable, and how kindly we. Chapter 500. Ederman for her, for Caesar cannot low to be being gentle. Egypt, so the gods preserve thee. Enter. Chapter 100. Eyes come hither Proculaus, go and say. We purpose her no shame, giu her what comforts the quality of her passion shall require. Chapter 50. East in her greatness by some mortal stroke. She do defeat these for her life in Rome. Would be eternal in our triumph, go. And with your speediest, bring these what she says. And how you find of her. Pro Caesar I shall. Exit Proculaus. Chapter 100. Eyes Gallus go you along, where's Dolabella to second. Proculaus. All, Dolabella. Chapter 100. Eyes let him alone, for I remember now. How he's employed, he shall in time be ready. Go with me to my tent, where you shall see. How hardly I was drawn into this war. How calmly and gentle I proceeded still. Chapter 1. And all my writings, go with me and see what I can show in this. Exeunt. Enter Cleopatra, Charmian, Eras, and Mardian. Chapter 150. Io, my desolation does begin to make a better life, 'tis paltry to be Caesar. Not being fortune, he's but fortune's gnaw. A minister of her will, and it is great to do that thing that ends all other deeds, which shackles excedence, and bolts VP change, which sleeps, and newer palates more the dung. The beggar's nurse, and Caesar's. Enter Proculaus. Pro Caesar sends greeting to the Queen of Egypt. and bids thee study on what fair demands. Thou mean'st to ha him grant thee. Chapter 150, Eo, what's thy name? Pro, my name is Proculaeus. Chapter 150, Eo, Antony. Chapter 999, tell me of you, bade me trust you, but. Chapter 1, do not greatly care to be deceived. That ha no vse for trusting, if your master would ha a queen his beggar, you must tell him. That mayesty to keep decorum must no less beg than a kingdom, if he please. To Jew me conquered Egypt for my son. He Jews me so much of mine own, as I will kneel to him with thanks. Pro, be of good cheer. Yere foulney into a princely hand, fear nothing. Chapter 1000, ake your full reference freely to my lord, who is so full of grace, that it flows our. On all that need, let me report to him your sweet dependency, and you shall find a conqueror that will pray in eyed for kindness, where he for grace is kneeled too. Chapter 150, Eo, pray you tell him. Chapter 1, am his fortune's vassal, and I send him the greatness he has got, I hourly learn a doctrine of obedience, and would gladly. Chapter 50, Ook him I'th face. Pro, this I'll report, dear lady. Ha comfort, for I know your plight is pitted of him that cowsed it. Pro, you see how easily she may be surprised. Guard her till Caesar come. Chapter 1, Raz, royal queen. Chapter 100, Har, O Cleopatra, thou art taken queen. Chapter 150, Eo, quick, quick, good hands. Pro, hold worthy lady, hold. Chapter 500, owe not yourself such wrong who are in this. Relieved but not betrayed. Chapter 150, Eo, what of death too that rids our dogs of languish? Pro Cleopatra, do not abuse my master's bounty, by vn doing of yourself, let the world see. His nobleness well acted, which your death will newer let come forth. Chapter 150, Eo, where art thou death? Chapter 100, hither come, come and take a queen, worth many babes and beggars. Pro, O temperance lady. Chapter 150, Eo, sir, I will eat no meat, I'll not drink, sir. Chapter 1, idle talk will once be necessary. Chapter 49, not sleep neither, this mortal house I'll ruin. Chapter 500, O Caesar what he can, no sir that I will not wait pinioned at your master's court, nor once be chastised with the sober eye of dull Octoya, shall they hoist me VP, and show me to the shoating varletary of censuring Rome, rather a ditch in Egypt. Be gentle Gravi and Tiomi, rather on Nilus mud. Chapter 50, I me stark nacked and let the water flies blow me into abhorring, rather make. Chapter 1000, why countries high pyramids my gibbet, and hang me VP in chains. Pro, you do extend these thoughts of horror further than you shall find cause in Caesar. Enter Dolabella. Chapter 500, all, Proculaeus. What thou hast done, thy master Caesar knows, and he hath sent for thee, for the queen. Chapter 49, take her to my guard. Proso Dolabella. Chapter 1, shall content me best, be gentle to her. To Caesar I will speak, what you shall please. Chapter 1, you'll employ me to him. Exit Proculaeus. Chapter 150, Eo, say I would die. Chapter 500, all, most noble empress, you ha heard of me. Chapter 150, Eo, I cannot tell. Chapter 500, all, assuredly you know me. Chapter 150, Eo, no matter, sir, what I ha heard or known. You laugh when boys or women tell their dreams. Chapter 1, not your trick. Chapter 500, all, I vien dursten not, madam. Chapter 150, Eo, I dreamt there was an Emperor Antony. Oh, such another sleep, that I might see. But such another man. Chapter 500. All, if it might please ye. Chapter 150. Io. His face was as the hones, and therein stuck a sun and moon, which kept their course and lighted the little oath earth. Chapter 500. All, most sour rainy creature. Chapter 150. Io. His legs bestrid the ocean, his reared arm. Chapter 100. Rested the world, his voice was propertied as all the tuned spheres, and that to friends. But when he meant to quail and shake the orb, he was as rattling thunder, for his bounty there was no winter in't, and Antony it was that grew the more by reaping. His delights were dolphin-like, they showed his bacchia bow. The element they lewed in his leery, walked crowns and crownets, realms and islands were as plates dropped from his pocket. Chapter 500. All, Cleopatra. Chapter 150. Io. Think you there was or might be such a man as this I dreamt of? Chapter 500. All, gentle madam, no. Chapter 150. Io. You lie VP to the hearing of the gods. But if there be, not you were one such. Chapter 1. Tease past the size of dreaming, nature wants stuff to vie strange forms with fancy, yet imagine. An Antony were nature's peace, gainst fancy. Chapter 100. Ondiming shadows quite. Chapter 500. All, hear me, good madam. Your loss is as yourself great, and you bear it as answering to the weight, what I might newer or take pursued success, but I do feel by the rebound of yours a grief that sweets. Chapter 1000. Why very hard at root. Chapter 150. Io. I thank you, sir. Know you what Caesar means to do with me? Chapter 500. All, I am loath to tell you what I would you knew. Chapter 150. Io. Nay, pray you, sir. Chapter 500. All, though he be honorable. Chapter 150. Io. He'll lead me then in triumph. Chapter 500. All, madam, he will, I note, flourish. Enter Proculaus, Caesar, Gallus, Maecenas, and others of his train. All, make way there, Caesar. Chapter 100. Eyes, which is the Queen of Egypt. Chapter 500. All, it is the Emperor, madam. Chapter 150. Io, kneels. Chapter 100. Isar, arise, you shall not kneel. Chapter 1. Pray you rise, rise Egypt. Chapter 150. Io, sir, the gods will haw it thus. Chapter 1000. Why master and my lord I must obey. Chapter 100. Isar, take to you no hard thoughts. The record of what Aneares you did viz. Though written in our flesh, we shall remember as things but done by chance. Chapter 150. Io, soul sir oath world. Chapter 1. Cannot project mine own cause so well. To make it clear, but do confess I haw Benny laden with like frailties, which before how often shammed our sex. Chapter 100. Isar, Cleopatra no. We will extenuate rather than enforce. Chapter 1. If you apply yourself to our intents, which towards you are most gentle, you shall find a benefit in this change, but if you seek to lay on me a cruelty, by taking Antony's course, you shall borrow yourself of my good purposes, and put your children to that destruction, which I'll guard them from. Chapter 1. If thereon you rely, I'll take my low. Chapter 150. Io, and may through all the world tease yours and we your scutcheons, and your signs of conquest shall hang in what place you please. Hear my good lord. Chapter 100. Isar, you shall advise me in all for Cleopatra. Chapter 150. Io, this is the brief of money, plate, and ewels. Chapter 1. Impossest of tease exactly veiled. Not petty things admitted, were Seleucus. Selu, here, madam. Chapter 150. Io, this is my treasurer, let him speak, my lord. Chapter 5. Pon his peril that I ho resurrued. To myself nothing, speak the truth, Seleucus. Selu, madam, I had rather seal my lips. Then to my peril speak that which is not. Chapter 150. Io, what ha I kept back ye? Sell, enough to purchase what you ha made known. Chapter 100. Isar, nay blush not Cleopatra I approw. Your wisdom in the deed. Chapter 150. Io, see Caesar, O behold. How pomp is followed, mine will now be yours. And should we shift estates, yours would be mine. The ingratitude of this Seleucus does. You and make me wilder, O slaw of no more trust. Then low that's heard, what goest thou back ye, why shalt? Go back ye I warrant thee, but I'll catch thine eyes. Though they had wings, slaw soul less villain dog. O rarely base. Chapter 100. Isar, good queen, let these entreat you. Chapter 150. Io, O Caesar, what a wounding shame is this, that thou vouchsafing here to visit me. Chapter 500. Owing the honor of thy lordliness to one so meek, that mine own servant should parcel the sum of my disgraces, by addition of his anigh, say good Caesar, that I some lady trifles ha resurrued. Chapter 1999. Omit toys, things of such dignity, as we greet modern friends withal, and say, some nobler token I ha kept apart, for Leuia and Octaia, to induce their mediation, must I be unfolded. With one that I ha bred, the gods, it smites me. Beneath the fall I ha, prithee go hence, or I shall show the cinders of my spirits. Through ashes of my chance, wert thou a man, thou wouldst ha mercy on me. Chapter 100. Isar, forbear Seleucus. Chapter 150. Io, be it known that we the greatest are misthought for things that others do, and when we fall, we answer others' merits in our name, are therefore to be pitied. Chapter 100. Isar, Cleopatra. Not what you ha resurrued, nor what acknowledged. Put we ith roll of conquest, still beat yours. Bestow it at your pleasure, and believe you. Chapter 100. Isar's no merchant to make prize with you of things that merchants sold, therefore be cheered. Chapter 1000. Ache not your thoughts your prisons, no dear queen, for we intend so to dispose you, as yourself shall you versus counsel, feed and sleep. Our care and pity is so much upon you, that we remain your friend, and so adieu. Chapter 150. Io, my master and my lord. Chapter 100. Isar, not so, adieu. Flourish, exeunt Caesar and his train. Chapter 150. Io, he words me Giles, he words me, that I should not be noble to myself. But hark thee Charmian. Chapter 1. Roz, finish good lady, the bright day is done, and we are for the dark. Chapter 150. Io, high the again. Chapter 1. Ha spoke already, and it is pruited. Go put it to the haste. Chapter 100. Har, madam, I will. Enter Dolabella. Chapter 500. All, where's the queen? Chapter 100. Har, behold, sir. Chapter 150. Io, Dolabella. Chapter 500. All, madam, as thereto sworn by your command, which my law makes religion to obey. Chapter 1. Tell you this, Caesar through Syria. Chapter 1. Tends his your nigh, and within 3 days. You with your children will he send before. Chapter 1000. Ake your best VSC of this, I ha performed. Your pleasure, and my promise. Chapter 150. Io, Dolabella, I shall remain your debtor. Chapter 500. All, I your servant. Adieu, good queen, I must attend on Caesar. Exit. Chapter 150. Io, farewell and thanks. Now Eras, what think'st thou? Thou, an Egyptian puppet, shall be shewn. Chapter 1. In Rome as well as I, mechanic slaws. With greasy aprons, rules and hammers shall. Chapter 5. Plift verses to the view, in their thick breeds. Rank of gross dight, shall we be enclouded, and forked to drink their vapor. Chapter 1. Raws, the gods forbid. Chapter 150. Eo, nay, 'tis most certain eras, saucy lictors. Will catch at verses like strumpets, and scald rhymers. Ballads versus out of tune, the quick comedians. Extemporally will stage V's, and present. Our Alexandrian rules, Antony, shall be brought drunken forth, and I shall see some squeaking Cleopatra boy my greatness. Chapter 1. Th posture of a whore. Chapter 1. Ras, O the good gods. Chapter 150. Eo, nay, that's certain. Chapter 1. Ras, I'll newer seat, for I am sure mine nails are stronger than mine eyes. Chapter 150. Eo, why that's the way to fool their preparation, and to conquer their most absurd intents. Enter Charmian. Now Charmian, show me my women like a queen, go fetch. Chapter 1000. Why best attires, I am agging for Sidrus. To meet Mark Antony, Sura eras go. Now noble Charmian, we'll dispatch indeed. And when thou hast done this chair, I'll gee thee low. To play till doomsday, bring our crown and all. A noise within. Wherefore's this noise? Enter a guardsman. Guards, here is a rural fellow. That will not be dented your highness' presence. He brings you figas. Chapter 150. Eo, let him come in. Exit guardsman. What poor an instrument. Chapter 1000. I do a noble deed, he brings me liberty. Chapter 1000. Why resolutions placked and I haw nothing. Of woman in me, now from head to foot.